You ever go to like stretch out your shoulder but then somehow make it worse? Ow. I don't know what I did, but my shoulder is definitely out in more pain. Fuck. A lovely time to be me. But, welcome one viewer, and whoever else may pop in and isn't accounted for yet. We have the music back, because I don't have to worry about the copyright from YouTube anymore. Yeah, winning. And this stream won't be stopped at just an hour. Unless I happen to feel like stopping at an hour. But, like, it's different, you know? But, I guess enough talking and more getting into the game, right? I should turn you off of you. Oh, only chat. Wow, I'm smart. I'm glad I noticed that before we got anywhere. My bad, my bad. We left off at a very special point. If you watch the YouTube video, you know where we left off. Or if you were here last time, even. Yes. This is quite the sentence we left off on. As if. Who would eat some perv's banana? A perv's banana? Daughter starts shaking as if he's been electrocuted. What? What's wrong? Eat a perv's banana. Squishy. Finger in mouth. Gross. With a sour expression. Daru, calm down. Looks like his cranial pervert processor is overclocking. Indeed. Can you say that one more time with a more humiliated expression, if you please? Oh god, Daru. Huh? Come on, say who would eat someone's perv's banana? But if you could add an, but it's so, after that, it would be extra delicious. Oh god. Now I'm realizing that it was a genius move to stop at that point. Goodness. Huh? Huh? Ah. Did she catch on? Suddenly, Kurisu's face turns bright red. Oh, Daru, you may be worthless, disgusting perv, but let me say, well done, sir. Payback is sweet. Now to follow up for maximum combo, let's show this conceited little girl how true adults fight. Y'all are baby. None of you have been over 18 yet. So, Makise Kurisu, you just imagined something, didn't you? By all means, tell us what. Don't be shy. Why you? Come on, say it, genius girl. What's the imagination of a genius like? I'd love to hear from you. You ass! KDC turns her back to us with pricked shoulders. Looks like she's capable of expressing human emotion after all. That rules out robotic killing machine. Ah, I feel refreshed. I haven't felt this good in years. What the fuck, dude? Way to go, Daru. That's my right-hand man. Always gets the job done. I get it. You're both pervs. Well, you could say that. Don't admit it, you idiot. I don't want to hear that from you. Okay. If I came off as a little rude, I apologize. Kurisu sighs deeply and turns back to us. Your composure has already returned. I was only acting that way because you molested me, but I'll ignore that for now. I wish you would stop saying, for now. It's like she's gonna call the cops on me later. Please tell me what happened to this banana. I'd also like to hear about that. Kurisu glances at the phone wave, name subject to change. That microwave thing. That's top secret. The one thing I'm clear to share with unauthorized individuals is that its name is the phone wave, name subject to change. Name subject to change? What's that about? Phone wave is weak. It needs a better name. I couldn't care less about its name. I'm afraid that's the only information you're cleared for. Hold on, Okarin. Makiseshi might be able to explain what's going on. Well... She is a genius. She would have to be... what? She would have to be to defeat my sharp wit. We can trust her intellect at least. But it's hard to stomach her attitude. You molested her as your greeting to her, sir. Plus, she has danger written on her face. There it is. Welcome, Spooky. Quite the entrance there for ya. Not to mention, she's a little scary too. Then, I get a great idea. That creepy grin. Are you thinking perverted thoughts again? You said your name's Christina, right? Who the hell's Christina? I never said that. Christina sounds like the name of a Hollywood film star. It definitely has more flavor than her real name. If you wish to learn the secrets of this microwave, then you must meet my conditions. Which are... Condition 1. You must become a lab mem. Ramen? No. Lab mem, stupid. Short for laboratory member. You mean you want me to join your research team? I'm supposed to return to America in August. I'll have you sign a non-disclosure agreement, so you won't betray our secrets. Break the agreement, and I'll report your steamy, perverted acts to Science magazine. Gah. You're a monster, Okarin. I'll take 5 copies. From the moment you become a lab mem to the moment of your departure, your brain shall be used for the benefit of our lab. You're so full of it. Let's see the contract then. What contract? This is a lab, not a corporation. I don't mind lending you my knowledge, but if there is more pervy nonsense involved, the answer is no. Don't worry, we don't bite. My dude indeed. He's a special one, ain't he? No more molestation? No, alright? You said that was condition 1, so there's gotta be a second one, right? It better not be. The second condition is... that you overlook all past acts of molestation I may or may not have committed. Bruh. Why is there a timer at the top? I don't know if you guys can see it. I think it might be cropped out from how I have the thing, but there's a timer at the top. And I don't know if it's from Steins Gate or if it's from GeForce Now. Ocarine, you're so petty. You're the pettiest person I've ever met. That's why we love you. That's why we admire you. Shut up, Daru. You have no right to talk. By the way, Daru's perverted acts aren't included. You two can work it out yourselves. What the hell, man? Those are the conditions. If you can't accept them, then you must leave at once. So what'll it be? I don't think it's a bad deal at all. You mean for you? Kirisu puts her fingers to her brow and shakes her head in an exaggerated gesture. Jeez. I feel like I'm hyper-secreting noradrenaline. Let me pick my jaw up from the floor. Yeah, welcome, Catman. What the fuck is... What are words? A neurotransmitter secreted in the brain. Proper name norepinephrine. Secreted when in an excited emotional state. That's why we love you. Soko ni shireburu akogareru. That's why we love you. That's why we admire you. A quotation from the popular manga Juju's Bizarre Adventures. Used to express awe at someone's capabilities, often used sarcastically in reference to negative character traits, such as pettiness. Ah, I see. Fucking Juju's Bizarre Adventures. I don't care about your dislocated jaw. Do you accept the conditions or not? Answer me, Christina. Why is he like this? Stop adding Tina. My name is Kurisu. Kurisu looks up at the ceiling to calm herself down. Fair. Does anyone in America make such exaggerated gestures? Or does everyone? I can read. I mean, honestly, yeah. Sooner or later, she'll say, damn, or oh my god, or motherfucker. That was more fun to say than it should have been. Okay, I accept. Good answer. From this moment forth, you are lab mab number 004. Welcome, Christina. Codename. The zombie. I won't answer to either. Use my real name, Hyoi. The tension. We spend a minute staring each other down. Kirisu's the first to look away. She does so in a way that says, good grief. You're such a child. You say something? Genius perv girl. Come on. No more saying perv. I won't treat you like a perv either. So let's drop it already. As long as you understand. Now for the issue at hand. Daru, give Christina. No, Tina either. Give Kurisuku an explanation on our experiments so far. But I refuse. Why is that on the tip? Is this another? Yeah, it is another. Juju's Bizarre Adventures. Now the internet is used frequently as a cool way to turn someone dumb. Lagogotowaru. They totally sound like normal phrases, so I think it's like a little lost in translation. Come back. Cursor, thank you. Oh yeah, when I was doing stream prep to help like kill time before starting stream, I happened to like look at the extra stuff and included like how many endings there are, and apparently there are 6 endings. So we'll be playing this game for a hot minute. In the end, I'm the one who has to explain. Along the way, I also relate the tale of my heroic deeds, which enrages Kurisu, of course. But I finally tell her everything about the bananas and the phone wave name subject to change. Kurisu doesn't ask any questions, just quick to understand, as expected of a genius. All the JoJo references and utter misunderstanding of basic human interaction reminds me of an ex-friend from those weird Facebook groups I used to be in. It's like, Hyomin is just X if X got into Berkeley instead of film school. I feel like that's very much so more of something you can understand than everyone else can, to be honest. But I guess, simply said, this is just reminding you of an ex-friend, basically. Or I guess more of Hyoin reminds you of a ex-friend. He's at the Shuni Bill. Can't wait to see him go further into madness. Fascinating. Let's hear your opinion. I think we can at least throw out completely worthless theories like electromagnetic weaponry and teleportation. Also, the English phrase JoJo quotes are references to one of the characters saying them in a hilarious English accent. I'm not sure about that because I don't think it would include how it would be said in Japanese under it if it was in fact in English. And also like other English things like motherfucker are spelt like English, so the lady doth protest too much. Can we run the experiment one more time? I want to see it for myself. Without waiting for our approval, Kirisu plucks an untouched banana and sticks it in the microwave, then starts entering the commands on her phone. Damn, she catches on fast. It's strange. She's still wearing her usual frown, but I can't shake the feeling that she's really enjoying herself. I can't put my finger on why. Call it a hunch. But I mean, she is a scientist. Why shouldn't she enjoy experimenting? Why did the game audio cut out for me? This is a classic case of NEP. Yeah, the game audio is fine for you, but a cat out for me, it'd be that way. How rude. Hello? I clicked on the game. Goodness. Okabe-san, Hashida-san, please watch the bananas. Who are you to give me orders? I am the mad scientist, y'all. Whatever. Just keep your eye on the bananas. Okay, so she's a little snippy. Dad and I do as we're told and stare at the bananas. Truth be told, we were planning to watch the bananas anyway, after missing it the first time. We're determined to witness what transpired with our own eyes. 60 seconds have passed. Any change? Nope. Any second now, the jellified banana should reappear on the stem. Ugh, my shift isn't till 10:30, but I feel anxious about getting there in time anyways. I mean, it is almost 9, so I guess understandable, but as long as you're ready to head out, you shouldn't worry too much. Just keep an eye on the clock so you don't get, like, lost, because they don't know what time you should leave before to get there on time. So I can't exactly try to keep an eye on it myself for you. If it only happens once, we can just call it an accident and be done with it. But if it happens twice, then that's proof that something's actually going on. And then, Kudisu will have to admit that I, the great Hyoin Kyoma, have invented humanity's first teleporter. I keep staring at the bananas in anticipation. 100 seconds. A few moments after Kudisu's report. Ah! A gel banana suddenly appears without a sound. What sound would it make if it did make one? Now there are two of them on the bunch. It happened faster than the blink of an eye. It appeared. I'm at a loss for words. I just witnessed the unthinkable. This phenomenon is clearly teleportation. The microwave timer chimes. Kurisu peeks into the microwave, stumped. How does it look? Huh? Oh. 104 seconds. It disappeared abruptly. Yeah. Just quite flustered. I don't think many people could remain calm after witnessing such a phenomenon. So it is a teleporter. The first in human history. Kurisu quickly calms down. She furrows her brow and crosses her arms, tapping her right foot as she mutters to herself. Teleportation. Is that even possible? It did move, no matter how unbelievable that may be. Could it be quantum teleportation? No, that only occurs on the quantum level. Now let's see how they explain that fancy big word. Does not refer to actual teleportation. In 2004, Japanese researchers performed the first successful complete quantum leap experiment. Suppose we have twin particles, photons in this case, A and B. Because they are twins, they have the property of symmetry. If one exhibits upspin, the other will exhibit downspin. This means that observing either particle allows one to know the state of the other. This is called entanglement. The state of an elementary particle, photon, cannot be confirmed until observed. For the experiment, we attach data C, the information we want to teleport, to photon A. We are now observing photon A through C. Based on that property of symmetry, we know that no matter how far away it may be, photon B will change to match, effectively becoming B to C. Note that photon B has not yet been observed. Afterwards, we sent photon A to C's information from A's observation equipment to B's observation equipment through standard transmission. Now observing photon B will change it to photon BC. This process is called quantum teleportation because data C changes position instantly. However, since one step requires using standard data transmission, it is impossible for the information to exceed the speed of light. Finally, photon BC's teleported data C is actually a copy of photon AC's data C. The whereabouts of the original photon C become unknown. This point differentiates quantum teleportation from actual teleportation. Damn. I'm actually happy that I actually kind of understand that. Solid explanation. And yes, I figured out how to scroll. It's called using the mouse. Don't avert your eyes from the truth. What you've seen with your own eyes is everything. Scientists weren't able to teleport quantum particles on purpose till 2015. Interesting. Then what is that one about? Was it on accident then? Because you've mentioned before that the science in Steins Gate tends to be pretty spot on. And the game's from like 2009, I'm pretty sure. So, which I guess that makes it more interesting that it was mentioned in the game. If it wasn't able to be teleported until like 2015. On purpose, anyway. She gives me a sharp look. Her eyes are like a sniper's, hard and keen. Did it really teleport? It's dangerous to reason from the conclusion. Fair. Well then, genius girl, what do you call this phenomenon? Let's sort this out. Neither the banana bunch nor the frozen chickens teleported, correct? So, maybe there's a size limit for objects that can teleport. But aren't those chicken pieces smaller than bananas? So not only would this be the first ever teleporter, but it would be on scale that's kind of just mind-boggling. On a scale that's just kind of... Well, yeah, I figured. We use the same chicken for each experiment. They come in 12 packs. Mayuri only buys her favorite juicy chicken number 1. That's quite a lot, then. What about salt? You've experimented with salt too, right? We used a handful of table salt on a plate for one experiment. Nothing happened. Maybe the plate was in the way. Of course we tried it without the plate, but that didn't change anything. Then maybe each individual grain of salt was too small, or something? I need a clue. Looks like our genius girl's fighting a hard battle. She starts pacing the room, looking a little annoyed. Anything else? Have you noticed anything else about the phone wave? Not phone wave. Phone wave name subject to change. Forget about that. So, have you noticed anything? Or not? Kurisu's looking at Daru. Looks like she's asking him, not me. True, he should know more about the phone wave name subject to change than I do. He's done all the maintenance on it, after all. Oh, right. One time, it shot off a huge electrical discharge. What? I don't know anything about that. That's because you weren't around when it happened. Discharge? How much? It was like a fluorescent light lit up the development room. It lasted about 2 seconds, I guess. What were the circumstances? I was adjusting the cell phone. Attached to it, I unhooked it and put my own in. Interesting. A little bit later, Sparky. When was that? Cat litter box. I will drink water while that does its own thing, I guess. Not sure you guys can hear it, but, you know. I looked it up, how many quantum particles in a banana, as a half joke, not expecting anything relevant, and I didn't. But the first result is a 2009 article how apparently a banana produces a particle of antimatter roughly once every 75 minutes. So that's fun. That's interesting. I wonder if the specific group of people that worked on Steins knew about that. Cause the game came out in 2009, so they only leave so much window of actually knowing that with writing the game and whatnot. But that's kind of funny. Around noon yesterday, when you went to see Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Huh. Dr. Nakabachi. That's right. I went to see Dr. Nakabachi's conference yesterday. Come to think of it, he stole his time travel theory from John Titor. Maybe the current John Titor is actually Nakabachi. But wait, daughter, didn't you say that Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled? Yeah, but you went with Mayoshi anyway, remember? No, I don't remember that. After all, Nakabachi's presentation wasn't cancelled the way I remember it. I still don't understand why my memories seem to disagree with everyone else's. That reminds me. I sent you an email back then. Did you get it? An email? That email you showed me at ATF yesterday? When I nod, Kurisu comes closer. It said someone stabbed me at the presentation, didn't it? Yeah, but for some reason, daughter's phone received it a week ago. Huh? Wasn't that one of your stories? If it wasn't, then that would make the timestamp weird. The game dropped in October 15th, and the article is from July 23rd. I'd wish them luck trying to shoehorn that into the game, but it's not the craziest proposal either. Maybe it was just some silly coincidence then. That's kind of funny, though. I always speak the truth. If you don't trust me, I'll show you my send history. I whip out my phone and call up the history. But it's gone. Not a trace of that mail remains. According to my Where was it? Okay, I'll go to help. How do I check the backlog? Okay. According to my memory, I think it was about 30 minutes after Dr. Nakabachi's conference. About 10 people, including me, saw Kurisu's body, panicked, and fled Radicon. That's when I sent that mail. But no matter how many times I check, there's no record of it. It should be there, but it isn't. Just like the banana inside the phone wave name subject to change. Where did it go? I could have sworn I sent it just before 1 p.m. Oh yeah, that's when the discharge phenomenon happened. The show I was watching was about to end. Damn. Suddenly, a flash of inspiration strikes. Inspiration, Edison would be proud. But this isn't something you can accomplish with effort. Basically, I'm a genius. I turned to Daru and Kurisu with a huge grin on my face. I got it. So that's what happened. What? He admires Edison. I feel like you're gonna add more to that. Oh, this is one of Okarin's usual habits, so don't mind it. Seriously. Silence. I've reached the answer, and now the world will tremble. I slapped the top of the phone wave, name subject change. The disappearance of my mail, the strange timestamp, and the sudden electrical discharge must be related somehow. And? Huh? I understand that they're related somehow, but how? It's your job to figure that out, Christina. Wow. Hashida-san. Talking to this guy is so tiring. Everyone's like that at first. The trick is to not take him seriously. And you call yourself my right-hand man? Whatever. I'll prove that I'm right. If you can reproduce the electrical discharge phenomenon, it should bring us closer to understanding the timestamp mystery. Tutturu, describe the phone wave named subject to change its status when the discharge phenomenon occurred. It was kind of a mess. I'd connected my phone to the phone wave, and I was testing to see if I could control it with the by 68,000. I disconnect the phone, plugged into the phone wave name subject to change, and replace it with mine. And then I hear the door open in the lounge. I'm home. So hungry. Mary comes in carrying a convenience store bag. Looks like she's done with work. Time to eat some chicken. Juicy chicken #1. Ocarine, did you buy the bananas? Ocarine. When she enters the development room, her eyes go wide. Huh? We have a guest? When she notices Kurisu, Mayuri bows her head with her usual smile. I'm Mayushi. Nice to meet you. I'm Akise. Apparently I'm a lab mem now. Really? That's great. Another girl lab mem. Cute. Tutturu, what were you doing with the by 68,000? Like I said, I was adjusting the incoming mail settings. I was monitoring the moment it received mail for remote control. That's why I put it on freezing mode for 120 seconds, too. The fucking colon 3 face she makes, I'm only now noticing it. Yeah. I made it so that you can start freezing mode by computer. I tested that out yesterday, too. Mayuri, insert the juicy chicken #1 into the phone wave named subject to change. You all want some? I can give you one each. With her usual ditziness, Mayuri puts the chicken inside the microwave. Tutturu explains what everything on the computer monitor means. Doesn't look that different from using DOS. DOS. Hi, Usagi Heaven. Yes, Steins Gate. Enter 120, pound on the keyboard, and strike the enter key. The phone wave name subject to change starts up. The juicy chicken #1 starts spinning backwards on the turntable. Kurisu stares hard at the phone wave name subject to change, as if not to let any anomaly, no matter how slight, escapes her notice. So we've reproduced the conditions that existed when the discharge phenomenon occurred, right? How was it again? You there, assistant. Huh? Me? Who else? When did I become your assistant? Just send something to my phone. If you reproduce the conditions correctly, then if she sends something to my phone while it's connected to the phone wave named subject to change, it should arrive with a timestamp from the past, not the present. But my assistant, Kurisu, just scowls. I don't even know your email address. What a useless assistant. Don't call me your assistant. What the fuck? Game ending? But I didn't even get to save. What the fuck? I didn't even have it open for long. What the fuck? Oh. Well, found the session limit somehow. No, you're no longer considered a founder. You're on the free. I don't know why you're no longer founder, though. I hope it lets me reopen it. Oh, come on. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, I noticed this was weird. Like, looking for next available rig when I opened it. I didn't even get to save, though. That's really frustrating. Like, if that 5 seconds I was able to, like, actually interact with the game, but no. Priority members typically wait less than 30 seconds. Yeah, what the fuck? Why aren't you founder anymore? I just fixed my Netflix shit, too. Well, hopefully you can fix this while I'm playing on your account. That's so weird, though. What the fuck? It's just really peeving because, like, I knew there was a timer at the top, but I didn't know if it was, like, for the session or what the fuck. Because it's not explained very well. And if those 5 seconds for it, like, closing the game and I knew, like, it gave me the access to save, that would be cool. But of course not. Like, that's kind of bullshit. Like, it gives you the 5 second countdown, but you can't save or do shit with the game. Like, that's really fucked. Gamers ahead of you, one. What the fuck is this shit? I have to log in again, too. Hang on, let me... No, not that. Let me stop showing the game because I don't want you guys to see my password even a little bit. And then I'm gonna have to use the Steam guard too. That's frustrating as fuck. Where are the thingies? It's so fucked, man. I hope you can work this out, Spooky, because that sucks. I didn't even save my config. Fuck. Because I didn't save at all, right? Because we got the songs back. You guys ready for some real quick clicking? Actually, maybe I could skip. Okay, the skip's not actually skipping. Gotta click through like freaking 40 minutes of content. Ugh. Not as bad as when Higurashi crashed on me. Still sucks, but not as bad as that. Have you guys been enjoying stream up until now? I guess it's not a Twitch stream if there's no scuff, right? I also wonder how long it would take to beat Steins Gate if you just clicked through it all. Click it, go burr. Looks like I missed a payment, so now I no longer have access to Founders Edition. I don't know if changing the payment method would restore it, but probably not going off what little info there is on this BS. That sucks. Like, that seriously sucks. Just from missing one payment. Maybe you can be able to talk to, the customer service and figure that out. But that does sound like we're kind of shit out of luck for tonight, maybe. Okay. Finally got to where we left off. Definitely fucking save. Let's look at the tips. This is new. Short disk operating system, an early 16-bit operating system. Kind of what I figured. Read that, but there we go. Okay. Dodie, send me an email from your phone. Sure, but what? Anything. Uh, um, Send Christina's a perv. I thought we agreed to stop saying that. Well, let's compromise and go with Okarin's a perv. You traitor. Good job, Hashida-san. Kurisu grins and gives Daru a thumbs up. I really don't like this. Oh no, Mayoshi's bananas. It sounds like Mayuri has found the results of our latest experiment. They became Jalbanas. We experimented on them. But they were Mayoshi's. Want me to send the mail now? You'll be reimbursed later. By Hyoin, that is. Why me? Jeez. Why do you always have to experiment on Mayoshi's food? Ah, don't tell me you're experimenting on the chicken too. Oh, poor Mayoshi. We are. Okay, sending it now. Sending, click. Mayoshi slips past me and steps up to the active phone wave, name subject to change. Before anyone can react, she grabs the handle. Oh god, no. Wait, don't open that. Huh? But it's too late. Oh god. Blue-white light fills the room, crackling angrily like the heart of a storm. Electrical discharge. A violent sparking sound. I grab Mayuri and pull her away from the phone wave, name subject to change. Are we gonna die? That doesn't sound good. A thin cloud of smoke fills the room. It smells like something's burning. My eyes are numb from all the flashing light. I try blinking several times to regain my sight. I can hear Kurisu and Daru coughing. Everyone okay? Somehow. That was definitely more than 2 seconds. And that's why you have to make sure to wait until the chicken is cooked before retrieving it. Exactly. Welcome, Lucky Cadence, by the way. Mayuri squeezes my upper arm with her slender fingers. Oh, Karin. What just happened? My vision gradually returns. Mayuri looks perplexed. Are you okay? No burns or anything? It doesn't hurt anywhere, so I think I'm okay. The gang turns into Chalbanas. No. Looks like Looks like covering Mayuri was the right choice. I may be an insane mad scientist, but I still risk life and limb for the safety of my comrades. I gently let Mayuri out of my embrace. Phew, well, that was something. Definitely. I wipe the sweat off my brow. Hey, look at this! Kirishi's voice is strained. With my vision finally restored, I take another look around the room. And what I see strikes me speechless. The large table in the center of the room is made of thick, solid wood. It can hold about 5 or 6 people without breaking. That's why you place the phone wave name subject to change and the buy 68,000 on it. That table has been split in two, as if by a woodcutter's axe. The computer and other parts connected to the microwave are scattered across the floor. And the microwave itself has broken through the table. It's literally stuck in the floor. What the hell? How did that... Yeah, it's a microwave, but it's not heavy enough to make a hole in the floor. Fucking ad. Oh no. What about getting your Prime sub back? I can patiently wait, though, because if you have an ad, that means everyone has an ad. Which means I have to keep talking about you guys having ads until presumably the ad break's over. So this is fun. I guess I'll also drink water. I guess whenever you guys are free from your ad hell, I will also reread this. So, yeah. At least the ad was after the, I have 4 ads. Yeah, I'm not surprised because, like, the ad break is, like, an hour and 30 minutes. So if you have really short ads, you're gonna have more ads. Not that you can necessarily hear me explain this, but... with the power of stream lag, there's a possibility you'll hear a portion of what I'm saying. It's quite magical, ain't it? I'm back from the ads. Welcome back from your ads. Rest in peace, Catman. Yeah. What I was saying, though, for, like, the reason why he had 4 ads is because the ad break is a specific amount of time. So for me, what I picked was a minute and 30 seconds. So if you get shorter ads, you'll have more ads in that time block. So, fun. But since you're free, that means everyone else should be free from their ads. So I will reread this. What the hell? How did that... Yeah, it's a microwave, but it's not heavy enough to make a hole in the floor. This can't be caused by electrical discharge. Some other phenomenon? I shake off my surprise. This is no time to be standing with jaw agape, hyoing kyoma. Seize the moment. Just as my calculations predicted. First, some maniacal laughter. Next, I tried to take out my phone and do the usual, but unfortunately, it's still plugged into the phone wave, name subject to change. Elsai Kongru. I whisper the words. Words that have no meaning. Words I use simply because they sound cool. Does Elsai Kongru sound cool? I'm not sure about that, buddy. These words have meaning because they have no meaning. After years of repeated use, just speaking them is enough to calm my heart. So, about Mayushi's chicken. Eh? Mayuri stands up and looks inside the phone wave name subject to change. It's embedded in the floor, but she somehow manages to pry the door open. Ah, but Mayushi's chicken is all burnt black. I mean, Go figure, to be honest. I pat Mayuri's shoulders to cheer her up. Juicy chicken number one made a noble sacrifice for the progress of science. Let us pray for his happiness in his next life. Goodness. The chicken doesn't matter right now. We need to determine what happened with the phone. It doesn't matter. That's so mean. Christina-chan. Oh dear. Hey, Hyoin Hyoma, do something about this. Mayoshi-san's learned my name wrong. No, I didn't mean to do that. More importantly, we need ventilation. Silence, all of you. I fix everyone with an overpowering stare. This shall be remembered as the moment that the greatest experiment of the century succeeded and brought humanity a step forward in a new direction. These guys have no right to ruin that with their foolish talk. My heart pounding, I detach my phone from the phone wave name subject to change. Luckily, it's completely unharmed. I open it. It still works. I bring up the list of received emails. New emails should come at the top. However, my heart beats even faster. The topmost email is in the one Daru sent before the discharge occurred. This impossible phenomenon is exactly what I was hoping for. I look back through my email history, and there, I find it. Success. I don't know why, but it was a success. The timestamp proves it. I received this email on July 24th, 5 days ago. This is the exact same thing that happened to my somebody stabbed Kurisu email. A mail sent on the 29th arrived on the 24th. And just now, the truth was revealed to me in a flash of inspiration. It all connects. There's a meaning behind this series of events, and only one true answer. I do want to point out, because I don't think you guys can see it because it's blocked off with the chat box. The email's cut off like the previous emails, and it just says Okarin's a P. That is all. I've discovered the phone wave's name subject to change's true hidden function. This isn't intuition. That's right. This is conviction. Just spit it out. What do you think it is? Nah, I can read the email just fine. Well then. I feel my lips twist into a grin. I meet Kurisu's glare head on. The chat box is translucent enough. Yeah, huh. First, let me say one thing. The greatest inventors are created by accident. This we call serendipity. Get on with it. How dare she ruin my speech? Oh well, let's get to the point. The mail was sent to the past. The chicken returned to its frozen state. The plucked banana returned to the bunch. No way. Kirisu seems to get it now. As expected of my genius assistant. Yes, way. This is the choice of Steins Gate. The phone wave name subject to change. It was a time machine. Man, who would have seen that coming? I can word so fucking good. Oh, finally finished chapter 1. Nice. Receiving mail already, goodness. You've got mail. Shining Fingers sent a lot of mails. Moeka here. Are you a student, Okabe-kun? Are you on summer break? Moeka. Are you a day person or a night person? If you'd rather I email you at a certain time, let me know. I want you to reply as soon as you can, but I don't want to be a bother, so let me know, okay? Moeka. By the way, I don't like talking on the phone, so please don't call me. Bye-bye, Moeka. I just remembered I didn't tell you my phone number. That's okay. I'm a lot more comfortable communicating by email anyway. What about you, Okabe-kun? Blah. Moeka. Are you still asleep? Rise and shine. Have you talked to the super hacker yet? Oh, I'd also like to hear more about John What's-His-Face. I'm super curious, Moeka. She sent that at 3:28 a.m. What the fuck? Wake up. I'm nocturnal, so I usually don't go to bed until the sun comes up. It's not so bad once you get used to it. Mail me when you wake up, okay? Moeka. Goodness. Actually, it's already noon. We didn't sleep at all. Sleep deprivation makes the summer sun seem all the brighter. I really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with the humidity inside the lab. I chug a bottle of Doc P. A shame that I don't have any, I just have water. My stomach protests. Maybe I drank too fast. I'm exhausted. My hands are shaking slightly, and my vision is cloudy. I could pass out if I'm not careful. Maybe I should take a shower. That should stave off exhaustion, if only temporarily. This building has a basic shower room. There's no bath, but it's enough. The lab would be hell without it. Tutturu is at his computer, his back turned towards me. His right leg is bouncing impatiently. I'm totally not doing the same. Nope. The room is mostly silent, save for the electric fans humming and Tuturu's mouse clicks. Tutturu doesn't look my way, and he doesn't try to start a conversation. Neither do I. I don't have the energy. Outside is a sunny summer afternoon, but inside the air is stale and empty of life. Yesterday, that shocking experiment convinced me that the phone wave name subject to change was also a time machine. But Kurisu doesn't seem willing to accept the results. She just started screaming. Oh dear. A time machine? A time machine? It can't be. Then she took a mad dash out of the lab. It was like she couldn't get out of here fast enough. As for Mayuri, she was depressed about her chicken and bananas, so she skipped her daily costume sewing and went home. Grudges over food run deep, I guess. Which leaves the lab empty, save for Tutturu and me. Our enthusiasm shot through the roof when we realized the phone wave's name subject to change had tremendous hidden potential. We nearly died of excitement after successfully sending an email to the past. So we stayed up all night doing experiments to confirm whether or not the phone wave name subject to change is indeed a time machine. The results, however. We went to the supermarket and stocked up on a wide variety of items. We tossed each of them into the phone wave name subject to change, but everything failed. No change. Nothing happened. After the experiment where the discharge phenomenon occurred, everything warmed up normally. No jellification. Suddenly, we couldn't get anything to happen. We still have no idea why. First, let's review the problems revealed by this last run of experiments. Problem 1. Electrical discharge safety precautions. We removed everything flammable from the development room to reduce the risk of fire. We also prepared 2 fire buckets full of water, just in case. But that's not a fundamental solution. We'll keep an eye out from now on, but if things get dangerous, we should seriously consider relocating our experiments. Problem 2. Mass increase. When the discharge phenomenon occurs, the phone wave, named subject to change, suddenly gains mass for unknown reasons. Because of this, the microwave broke the table and made a dent in the floor. To deal with the issue, we placed the microwave on the floor. We spread cushions and blankets underneath. This hides the hole in the floor, too. It's only a temporary fix, though. If we make any more holes, Mr. Braun is quite capable of raising my rent. And that's to say nothing of the calamity it will cause if it falls through the floor. Anyway, we need to find the source of the mass increase. If amateurs like us even can, that is. But the first 2 problems pale before the third. This last problem is critical. Until we solve it, we can't even really experiment with the phone wave, named subject to change. Problem 3. We're not even sure of the necessary conditions to send the email to the past. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't pin down a single condition. We spent the entire night doing trial and error. We tried over 40 different things, but not once could we reproduce the discharge phenomenon. I had the idea that opening the microwave door was the key. That theory was proven false. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now, we're at an impasse. Impasse? We started off in high spirits, but grew more and more frustrated as time progressed, which brings us to the present. Honestly, I gave up. That's why I spent the entire morning glazing about like this. Another email pops up on my phone. I've been getting way too many emails of these since yesterday. They're all from Shining Finger, the woman called Kiryu Moika. I've never used email this often before. Even Maru only sends me 1 or 2 a day, and she's a teenage girl. Frankly, this is starting to get on my nerves. I saw how fast Shining Finger typed. That should have been enough to tip me off she was a male demon. I was careless. It's too much of a pain to reply, so I ignore it. I finish off my bottle of Dr. P. My stomach gurgles. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm so hungry. I don't even feel like showering. I call out to Tutturu, who's hammering on the keyboard. Hey, wanna go to Sambo for some beef bowl? I'm gonna check that email, it's bothering me. I think that's the only new one. You sleep too much. I haven't gotten a reply yet. Are you still sleeping Are you still asleep? You sleep too much, Okebe-kun. You're living like an old man. Well, I guess I'm not one to talk, LMAO. Anyway, let me know when you have something on the ABN 5100. Pretty please, Moika. Goodness. Nah, too much trouble. Aren't you hungry? Yeah, but why? What? Oh, Mayuri. Okay, that's fine. Mayashi spending money is getting dangerously low. You and daughter need to chip in too sometimes. You don't want to get between me and my food. Oh dear. What's this option? Don't get angry. Next time I'll treat you to anything you want to eat. So keep buying more bananas for the sake of our experiments. Goodness. And what's this option? You eat too much anyway, go on a diet before it's too late. Fuck off. Okay, that one's worse. This one's funny. Yeah, but... You're such a bum. What is doing on the computer anyway? I'm curious, so I casually peek over his shoulder. There's an image of a futuristic-looking facility I've never seen before. Richly colored cords crawl through a gigantic octagonal, sure, good enough, tunnel, Like the interior of a spaceship from a sci-fi movie. Based on the height of the people in the picture, the tunnel looks to be more than 10 meters tall. Incidentally, the people don't look Japanese. Daughter sighs heartily. I don't know if the blank look in his eyes is from sleepiness, exhaustion, or if something's just wrong with him. Is that a fucking sup or collider? I don't know. The large hard-drawn collider sure is cute. I think there's the answer to your question, I guess. What? What did you just say? Super collider. Yeah. Large hard-on colander? Coriander? Is that an incantation? Definitely feels like it. No. A secret technique? Large hard-drawn collider. You don't know about it? Hadron. Ugh. I grab Dara's relaxed shoulders and wring them out. What are you doing? Nah, it's the collider. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I've never heard of this collider before. Are you conscious? Of course, man. What is this large, hard-drawn collider thing? You know, it's what CERN uses to do their experiments. LHC for short. It's seriously mole. Recommend it. Collider? Collider? Collider. That's probably what you're trying to say, right? Collider. You're lusting for something that's not even humanoid? Of course not. But there's something about it that gets me excited, you know? It makes me smile, you know? Don't you feel that? It makes particles collide. Yeah, so if you want to help me with saying collider again in the future, because I probably will mess up, just put collide and then hyphen ER. That would help a lot more than trying to use official, like, dictionary things or whatever. Because the way you put it before does not make sense to my brain. Come to think of it, I remember you said that you found factories in the undersides of highways irresistible or something. Yeah, same thing. Where does it end? 2D, 3D, and even inanimate objects. Life's too short. I don't want to limit my interests, you know? And yet, you'll do anything to avoid things that don't interest you. Hypocrite. CERN. That name. I've seen it somewhere recently. Where was it again? The official dictionary thingy is... Yeah, okay, great. You're missing my point if you found it necessary to pull that up. No, of course. John Titter. Oh, yeah. That guy you mentioned earlier. He's the guy at Channel's going crazy about, isn't he? That one might be an imposter. I was talking about the John Titter who appeared 10 years ago. He appeared 10 years ago? The same guy? I had hope that Daughter would remember, but no such luck. Anyway, John Titter mentioned CERN. I don't remember all of it, but there's one thing I'm sure of. Titter made a prediction, namely, that before the year 2034, CERN will develop a time machine. I didn't. I was just pointing out the difference between the pronunciation guides. Okay. A time machine? That's a timely topic. Hmm. But that wasn't just 10 years ago. This new titter said the same thing. It doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or 10 seconds ago. That's not the point, daughter. This coincidence could very well be the choice of Steins Gate. Can we trust this titter guy? It doesn't matter if we trust him or not. Now we have something in common. A time machine. We should investigate CERN. We've got nothing to lose. Vigor returns to my body. Curiosity truly is the greatest delicacy for a mad scientist like me. Anyway, the phone wave's name subject to change. Experiment has hit a dead end for now, so it shouldn't matter if I make a little detour for this. Tell me everything you know about CERN. Sure thing. My CERN folder is smoking hot. Daughter strikes his keys with renewed passion. He goes to my pictures folder and opens the folder literally called CERN. CERN is the world's largest particle physics research institution. It's popularly called the European Laboratory for Particle Physics, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It's close to the border of Switzerland and France, on the outskirts of Geneva. It's famous as the birthplace of HTML, HTTP, and the World Wide Web. I know what those are, but I'm curious what the tips have to say about those. Abbreviated as www. Also simply called the web, the standardized document system used on the internet. Yes. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the communication protocol used to transfer data like HTML between a browser and a web server. The HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, a language used to design web page documents, allows the embedding of images, video, sound, and hyperlinks. Yeah. The World Wide Web? You mean the internet? Bingo. That's the thing at the beginning of most URLs. CERN invented that? All I know about CERN is what I read to Titter's book. I never knew they were that amazing. Most people aren't aware, but there's a Japanese research team working at CERN too. What sort of research does CERN do? Particle physics, mostly. CERN can do experiments no one else can, because they have the biggest particle accelerators in the world. The low-energy antiproton ring, the proton synchrotron booster, the large electron positron collider, and the big boss is the largest accelerator in the world, the LHC, Large Hadron Collider. Goodness. Otaku possesses the ability to anthropomorphize emoid form just about anything in the world simply by sticking tan on the end of its name. Daughter's powers encompass even particle accelerators. Daughter doesn't seem to notice my shock. He just brings up the next image. The LHC is a 27-kilometer long circular tunnel built underneath CERN's headquarters. Its purpose is to smash protons together in the hope of creating unknown elementary particle reactions. They started experimenting last year. Before they started, there were rumors that the experiments might create mini black holes. Oh no, those mini black holes will swallow the Earth. The universe is in danger, etc. Mini black holes. I'm pretty sure Titter said his time machine used many black holes. Are the things he said about CERN true? What's the possibility of that actually happening? 100% that it won't. CERN officially denies it. Let's say a mini black hole was formed. The amount of energy would be so tiny that it would disappear instantly upon formation. It would be impossible for it to swallow the world. But where's the smoke? There's fire. Ugh, I read that wrong. But where's there's smoke, there's fire. If I remember correctly, Tutturu claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they only began experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Tutturu's story is true. Some of Tutturu's predictions were on the mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten about Tutturu's 2000 appearance. Wow. There's something important in Tutturu's tale. Or at least, I want there to be. I swear to God, if they realized that the phone wave name subject to change was somehow a tiny collider. I mean, it might be. I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. Don't be surprised. I've sniffed out an evil conspiracy. John Titter. CERN. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's right. They're likely connected to the organization. Not where I was thinking that was gonna go, but on brand. Coincidence? Come now, don't disappoint me. What? Evidence? Well, if you must know. Whispers. Whispers of my mad scientist intuition. He's definitely insane. That much is right for sure. Those bastards are trying to destroy the world. Yeah, with many black holes. But if we were to steal that technology, what then? Of course. Who do you think I am? Everything is the choice of Steins Gate. El sai congru. So weird. I put away my phone, then clicked too fast. Put phone away. Then turned to find daughter, giving me an exasperated look. Just who the hell are you fighting with? Daughter, I know what we must do. Was that? Don't was that me? You're supposed to grin like you know exactly what I'm talking about. What kind of super hacker are you? I wanted him to say something like, well, why the hell not? So what's in it for me? And then we continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. Me, a week's worth of potato chips. Daru, 10 days. You sure are a glutton. The dive makes you a hungry man. Deal. Get started. You got it, boss. Or something like that. Yep, a real cool conversation. But the real world Daru just purses his lips. You always give such half-baked explanations. Try to sound intelligible before you try to sound intelligent. Ooh, that's a good line. Work with me here. You are a super hacker. Stop saying haka. At least say hacker. See where I'm going with this? No, not at all. Hack into CERN. Daughter stares at me in disbelief. I swear to God if it's shining finger again. No, it's Mayuri. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so very much. Just hearing that from Okarin makes me happy. Naw. Mairi is good. Is that some kind of joke? I know you can do it, Daru. Expose their dastardly deeds and find any hints you can about the time machine. Dastardly deeds? I'm just imagining that stuff, Okarine. We stand at a crossroads. Will the phone wave, name subject to change, become a functional time machine, or will it die as garbage in lab storage? You serious? I'm always serious. I look Daru straight in the eye as I answer. Looks like that made him understand my position. Daru sweeps the garbage off his desk and sits up straight. I'm not responsible for the consequences. Got it? Suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like his earlier lethargy was a lie. Hi, Yumi. I guess you finished up with your plant stream? How was your plant stream? I hope it went well. I was kind of on and off with paying attention to it, to be honest. It is the fox. The plants were fun? Yay, I'm glad you had fun with the plants. Deal. Get started. Let's do this. I have been cleaning dust for like an hour. Oh my. I guess that makes sense from like when I last popped in to look at your stream. There was a lot of stuff on the floor, so. For your payment, I'll deposit a week's supply of potato chips into your Swiss bank account. Goodness. Daughter doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep. It's all yours. I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of daughter's keyboard lull me to sleep. Receiving mail again, goodness. Oh, it's Faddis. Original sin level rising to 180%. Kyoma, when operating in the mundane world, you're supposed to be discreet, yeah? You don't want them to notice you. Remember, the summoning has taken 2,000 years to prepare. If it fails, everything will be ruined. Although I suppose that might make things interesting. Nyahahaha. Oh my, what are these reply options? Akiba, part of the mundane world? Nonsense. This town has belonged to chaos for centuries, as it shall forevermore. Are you suggesting that I, the great Hyoin Kyoma, run and hide? You risk my ire, cat girl. Goodness. Is the church still devoted to that fool's errand? Even if they manage to resurrect their messiah, humanity's faith is less than 70% of what it was in his time. Mankind doesn't script all gods to save. It won't let me scroll to read more of that. That's fair. What are you scheming? I think I like this response the best. Because it's really funny to me that I literally can't read the rest of it. Beautiful. Done. I feel bad because Ayumi just popped in, but there's only 7 minutes left of my GeForce Now session. So I think this is a good place to call it and save. That was not how you save, that's how you phone. There we go. Okay, let's save. Let's overwrite that because that was only temporary. Yes, overwrite. Okay, I think we will go ahead and call it here. Yeah, exiting the game is fine. Hello? Yes, that's why I just saved. Thank you for your concern. But yeah, that was fun. I hope you all had fun no matter how long you've been part of the stream. You can always watch the Vods to catch up, or what have you. And I am going to raid Aeon because he should still be live doing his 25-hour stream. Yeah. But yeah, once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed stream. I personally had a lot of fun despite the mishaps and having to re-click to get to where I was before. That was a little bit of pain, but livable. Like I said, it wasn't what happened during that Higurashi stream. That was fucking awful. But yeah, thank you guys so much for dropping by. There will not be a YouTube upload of this. That's why we were allowed to have the game music. But I will try to remember to run a rerun of this before stream. So, like, in case you want to catch that before, if anyone's missed it before the next stream, they can go ahead and watch then. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow because the poll on the Discord voted not because I forgot my birthday is tomorrow. Yeah. So I will see you guys again on Monday for more NEP. We'll be doing No Game Plus to see what's there to explore. Catch you guys then. Bye bye.